running late today, and he will be here momentarily. So just bear with us. We had to go to the store. And so today I'm going to introduce the show and let you guys know that we are just doing our normal thing on the YouTube app. We are not messing with a streaming service because last week it was a complete disaster. So the video quality might suck today, but all we're going for is amazing audio. So I just want to say it, if the video sucks, I'm sorry guys, but I think everybody would prefer the audio to work really well. So we're going to go with yay audio, yay. So if you can hear me, let me know. And Jaimie should be here momentarily. In the meantime, what's up, guys? Yeah, my hair looks amazing. Don't worry. So apparently Joseph Blowmeister couldn't make it last week because the 49ers first game was a morning game. Sorry about that.
Oh, is that Joe Montana?
Hopefully they
like
kicked ass. But anyway, Jaimie's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
And he's putting his clothes on, so don't worry, guys.
Not all my clothes on.
Avert your eyes!
Avert your eyes, lads!
It can't be unseen. This is perfect. No skipping, smooth as silk. Excellent. Can hear you well. Hello from Hungary. Oh, yeah, I am hungry. But
well, you just pedal all the way to the store and back. That was me. I'm like hot
I
here.
can just run the show today. It's fine.
Right.
Okay, bye. So guys, today we're going to talk about stuff that's like philosophical. We're going to talk about things that are like relating to other things that are relating to life and important things.
I have something
that, like,
to say. Hello, I need to
you can shut it.
Excuse me, I'm trying to interrupt you.
So, like, I just want to let you guys know that you should be doing things in your life that are things and good things for you. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh my gosh, well, I had like 8 questions, but you just kept talking and talking. Now I forgot about it. All right, move your.
See you later, guys.
Move your. I gotta put my sensors on. My rated G sensor. I was gonna say something. Move your something.
I almost said the BIT word.
Whoa, that is so. Wait, why was it so far away for you, but so close for me? Well, this should be closer for you. All right, when was I gonna talk about today? All right, you already told everyone. Hopefully the audio works. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just
okay. So
it's
been getting frustrating with this friggin' like bad signal and stuff. I don't know. Everyone else is frustrated. Whatever. You know what? We just have it set up right now on the one that seems to work with the audio. You don't need good video. It's just me sitting here with my messy hair and blah 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 blah. So I think Deshana already went over that. So I did have a couple things to talk about today. I totally forgot now, though, because we just pedaled back from the store, and I was like motoring as fast as I could to get back here in time for this. Hey, what was I going to talk about today?
Being the best.
Oh, shut up. Okay. Hold on. I have a piece of paper right there with 2 things written on it that I was going to talk about. And this piece of paper right here. Right here. Right.
What?
I have a piece of paper. Oh, yeah. Hey, can one of you guys bring me, like, a paper and a crayon?
Yeah.
I need a paper and a crayon to answer one of the questions I've gotten recently. And then the other thing is, oh yeah, okay. So, often I talk with people who want to move off grid because, I have a YouTube channel about off grid stuff, so people send me messages. Well, I met this young lady recently, not in real life, just online, who was telling me that she wants to do what I'm doing. She wants to move off grid and do all this stuff, and she's getting a job and she's going to try to save money up for all this stuff. And I was like, well, that's cool. And I started talking to her, about it a little more. And she was saying that, she's really unhappy with her life right now. She lives in some city and like no one gets what she's trying to do, and like no one understands her, and everything's frustrating. Nothing makes sense. Like she wants to do what I'm doing. It's really frustrating. And right now she's like going to therapy and it costs a lot of money, but she's hoping it'll make her, you know, be able to deal with it better. And I was just like, whoa. Wait, why are you wasting money on therapy? Okay, Bells, go pee. I've got one kid who will like dance around for 20 minutes before finally sprinting to the bathroom. Anyway, she's saying, and I was like, you know what, don't waste your money on therapy trying to make your life, your current life, which you don't even like, more tolerable. This is just a waste of time. You're wasting your resources and you're making it harder to get to where you want to be. Instead, just accept that your life right now isn't what you want it to be, which is where a lot of people are. A lot of people are in a situation where their life isn't what they want it to be. So just when you're in that situation, just accept that right now things aren't what I want them to be. And you know, some stuff's gonna suck. Even where I am right now, my life is pretty good, but there's things I don't want, and I would like to be somewhere else, like not another place, but I would like to progress. But I just accept that, you know, certain things aren't the way I want them right now, but I work towards the thing I want. So I'm telling this girl, you know, just save as much money as you possibly can, and don't worry about trying to make your current life more tolerable. Just accept that it's, you know, not what you want, and put all your resources into getting to where you want to be, and then you'll actually get there. Because it's so easy to end up spending your entire life trying to make your life a life that you don't want tolerable. And then you spend all your resources on that, and you never actually get to the thing you want. And this brings me to a point that, you know, a lot of people talk to me about these self-help gurus, like, oh, you got to see what this guy's saying, what that guy's doing. They got these special techniques to resist depression, fight depression, you know, kind of make yourself happier and feel better. And these self-help gurus are always on the idea that you're supposed to make the life you don't want more tolerable. And I don't think that, and I always have a problem with this, and people are always asking me, well, why don't you like these guys? What's wrong with these self-help gurus? They're trying to help people, make people happier. Well, this is my problem. They're just making the life people don't want less horrible, more tolerable. But what would be much more valuable is to just make your life what you actually want it. Like, actually make the changes you need to make to get your life to where you want it to be, to get a better life. And a lot of these self-help gurus, they put so much emphasis on, you know, just being happy with what you have and trying to convince yourself that everything's okay. And, you know, you end up spending all this concentration and energy and focus into just dealing with what you don't want, instead of taking that energy and putting it into actually making some progress, getting to where you do want to go. So what was the other thing I was going to talk about? So yeah, if you have a dream and you want to get to some better point in your life, don't waste all your energy trying to like make your friends happier, or make yourself less depressed, or be somehow happier with your life as it sucks. No, start working toward that better life that you want. And that will actually make you happier. That will make you much happier than any therapy or drugs or any of the other stuff. Actually working toward the better life that you want. That will lift your spirits more than any other stuff. Okay, so I get this other question a lot, which is, Jaimie, why are you so crazy? Oh wait, no, that's not it. Well, that might be a question too. But I think this question, Jaimie, why are you always building buildings that are so huge? And I got my pencil to do some demonstrations. Okay, I mean, there are a few reasons. Obviously, I just like to have buildings that are huge, so I can, you know, I like my house being 4 stories tall and like 40 feet wide, which is like 13 meters or so. And I like having lots of space, so when I go inside, I don't feel like I'm claustrophobic. You know, like I don't get stir crazy inside. You know, I can spend all day inside my house, and my front door's open and the wind's blowing through. It's almost like being outside because there's so much space. But there's another very important, easy to explain scientifical math reason. Okay, I've got a piece of paper here. Now say I've got, and I'm going to do this in squares, even though I'm always building my buildings round, but the round makes the math much more difficult. So here I've got a square. Say this is a 1 meter square. And so to get a 1 meter square, let's write a 1 on there. And we've got to get a 1 meter square, you have to have 4 sides that are 1 meter long each, right? So that's a total of 4 meters of wall to get 1 meter square of space of area in the middle. So you end up with a ratio of 4 of these to 1 of that, right? Now say you double the width of your building. Well, now you're taking your 1 meter, now you've got 4 meters, right? We'll make each one of those is 1 meter. And that means, and let's just divide it up so we know what it looks like. Now we've got 4 meters. It's a building that's 4 times the size of that one. Now, you can take out this part and that part of this box. So you only need these 2 walls, right? You don't need this wall and this wall. And you also don't need this wall and this wall, or this wall and this wall, or this wall and this wall. So you get to take out a whole bunch of walls and still get your 4 meters of space. So let's make a big 4 there. Hold on, drawing 4. And now to get 4 meters of area, 4 square meters, you need 8 meters of wall. Now that's a lower ratio. Up here, to get the 1 meter, you had to have 4 walls. So for every meter of space you have, you need 4 things, right? Here, the ratio is 4 to 8, which if you reduce it, it's 1 to 2. So you cut out half of your walls by making the building bigger. Ooh, and let's just keep going with that a little bit. Now, say you want 9 square meters. Now you get 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 to 12. Now you've got even more area for the amount of walls because you can take out a whole bunch of more walls in the middle, and you get more space for the amount of wall on the outside. Now this effect is amplified when you add in the height. So you get a bigger volume per wall space, the bigger building you get. Now, of course, you can't just say, well, why don't we just make a Dyson sphere and just make a huge thing and encompass like half the solar system, because, at some point it gets so big that it's hard to build. I'm not saying we shouldn't build a Dyson sphere. We should totally do that. But, I, by myself, I'm only going to build a certain size building. At some point, it just gets too big to build. And it's like, okay, this is going to take me too long, even though I would get a huge amount of space. So I basically make my buildings kind of as big as I can reasonably make them, because then I get the most amount of space enclosed per amount of material. Hold on. Deshana had a question for me earlier. Oh, Deshana will be up in a minute. Hey, what was I going to talk about that was like, I don't know. Let's just see what you guys are talking about. Okay, video quality craps out when we really need to see the fine lines. There's nothing important to see here. Sorry, man. Oh, I should also mention that we're working on a thing to get faster internet. Maybe next week or the week after. I almost at the end of the show last week, I told Deshana, let's just not do one until we get faster internet. But she was like, well, just keep doing them. So whatever, I'm just gonna keep doing them. But soon we're gonna get faster internet. So hopefully that'll make all this crap better. But really, the audio is the only important thing to do right now. Will it pass North American Safety Code? Nothing I do will pass North American Safety Code, because North American safety codes are not about safety at all. They're all about conformity and making you buy things that, the people, the lobbyists want to make everyone buy. See this, God. Safety codes are not about safety. Not in North America anyway. How is the guest house going? I don't know. It's going fine. I'm mostly just flattening out the area. I haven't like built any things yet. Just digging along. It's going good. Let's see. Let's see. Most people don't have the brain power to live like you, Jaimie. Well, I don't know. Well, I don't. No one else has to live like me, and I don't know. I don't know if I have any particular brain power that anyone else doesn't have. Okay, I have like more than average brain power, but word of the curse. Oh, someone who knows something about math is saying word of the kerf. Smaller the better. Good luck with your sawmill. Plans look great. What's word of the kerf? I don't know what kerf is. KERF. Must stand for something. It's pretty tough going off grid. It's going to take 100% of your effort, time, and planning to get disconnected from the system. That's a good point. And I talked about this last week or the week before or something. Like if you're gonna move off grid, or if you're gonna do any kind of dream like that, where it's something where it's going to be difficult, it's going to take a lot of effort. Don't have a backup plan. Just go in at 100%. Like erase the path behind you as you're going. Don't worry about bailing out. Don't think about bailing out. Just totally commit to the thing. Because if you commit to something 100%, you have a much higher success rate in anything difficult than if you don't. Will you start the lumber mill after finishing your roof tiles? Well, the roof tiles, I'm just kind of doing whenever the weather is working for that. So the last 2 weeks, I think I've done like 4 roof tiles because it's just been either really sunny or raining. And there were 2 days when in the afternoon it was cloudy, and I put up a couple roof tiles before the sun went down. So I don't know how long doing the roof tiles is actually going to take. It is much easier to do now that I've just kind of relaxed and I'm not like trying to get it done as soon as possible. But yeah, whenever the weather right now is perfect. I could be out doing them right now, but I'm doing this instead. But anyway, I'll get them done sometime. In terms of the lumber mill, yeah, I don't think I need to wait for the roof to be done to build that. I do need something to power it though. Although, I mean, I don't know. I just need to build the thing. I want to make a really good lumber mill too. I don't want to rush it. So I'm going to try to plan out something really good. And usually when I shouldn't say usually, but a lot of times when I build things, I'll just use whatever is around. But for the lumber mill, I'm going to, if I don't have like something really good to build it with, I'll buy something because I want it to come out really good because I'm probably going to use it a lot. Of course, the other option is to buy all the wood, but that costs a lot more, and it's not as fun. I think it's not as interesting. Of course, there is a balance between paying for something to get it done faster and doing everything yourself. I can't do everything myself, so but I think I am going to cut all the wood myself. Let's see. Someone's from Hungary. That's cool. Okay, this guy says a bandsaw is a headache from even before you begin. Stay with your 12-inch. Yes, having built a bandsaw lumber mill and built a circular saw one, like a swing blade one. I prefer the swing blade a lot more. Now with the bandsaw, and for anyone who doesn't know, let's just go over the difference between a bandsaw lumber mill and a swing blade lumber mill real quick, since I've got a paper. So let's draw a couple things real quick. Okay, so a bandsaw lumber mill has 2 wheels, and then there's this big long saw blade. And this thing is like big, right? This big long saw blade that runs around them, and the saw blade is tight. It's got some little rollers here to keep it straight, and one wheel spins the whole thing around, and it'll cut a nice flat line. You can cut really wide boards. Like the lumber mill I built, I think the widest I could cut was like 22 inches, almost 2 feet wide, and that was considered to be a pretty small one. And that's the biggest advantage of that kind of lumber mill is you can cut a really wide board. And now the other kind of lumber mill, I mean, I'm sure there's other kinds, there's chainsaw ones, but the other one that I'm going to talk about right now is a swing blade lumber mill. And basically, you know, it's got the shaft coming out of your motor or gearbox motor, whatever, going to a circular blade, you know, just a circular blade like you'd have on a table saw. And that will be on a track, and you can roll it and just, it'll cut through the wood. And this one will be on a track too, and you push it through and it cuts through the wood. And then the cool thing about this, it'll have a pivot point there, so you can swing the blade up this way, so you can cut that way and then come back and cut this way. Now, the problem with this kind of thing is that if your blade isn't really sharp and everything isn't tuned right, your blade will start warping up and down in the wood, or it'll start getting, you know, stuck in the wood. It's just, when everything is perfect, it's amazing. But when anything, you got to keep sharpening it, and you got to do a really good job. And if anything is, you know, messed up at all, it gets very frustrating. So if you're in a situation where you can keep everything tuned up and perfect and everything, it's great. But if you're in a situation where it's like you're living off grid, and, you know, the thing might get beat up a little bit here and there, and maybe you won't use it for like 4 months, and it'll be sitting there, and then you want to turn it on, you just want to have it work again, this is much easier to deal with, because it's just a circular blade stuck on the end of a shaft. And, you know, the blade isn't going to warp, and the blade will have the carbide tips, which means you have to sharpen it way less often. But even if it does get dull, it's just going to slow down your cut. It's not going to start, you know, warping up and down and stuff. And if it does start slowing down, you know, you can still sharpen them, even though it's got the carbide tips, but you'll have to sharpen it way less often. And that's why I really like this one. Also, this will cut much smoother boards than a bandsaw lumber mill. So anyway, yeah, I kind of agree. That's why I ended up not wanting to build a bandsaw lumber mill, having built and used a bandsaw one and a swing blade. I like the swing blade much more, mostly just because it's more reliable. It's easier to deal with, less sharpening stuff.
All right.
Oh, are you coming to hang out? Sure you don't want to buy a Wood Miser 1000 for a cool $70,000? Cuts logs
awesome.
up to 67 inches. Yeah, I know he was just joking about that, but sometimes people do actually suggest that oh my God. It's like last week you were sitting like miles away from me because you hated me. Mm-hmm. This week you're